To Kneel and Kiss the Earth. Inspiration from the Soul Artist Journal. Written by L.R. Heartsong. Narrated by Faire. Preface. In 2012, recently returned from years of living in Europe, in hopes of attracting a publisher for my completed book manuscript, I launched the Soul Artist Journal. What began as merely a means to an end, establishing an author's platform to help promote my work, steadily shifted and drew me in. My e-column, blog never appealed, became a weekly discipline that changed me for the better, not simply because of what I offered to the world from my heart, but the practice of writing itself. The content, tone, and length of these posts evolved over time, and in a natural cycle of maturing, the journal finally found its authentic voice, quote, celebrating a life for the senses, unquote, though I didn't actually adopt that as a tagline until much later. Quote, how easy it is to lose touch with the tactile goodness of our days, especially when beauty seems distant or mostly ignored and forgotten in a harried rush. Yet beauty exists everywhere. Most of us are simply not paying attention. And in both the heart and senses, too many of us are closed like a fist rather than a hand held open in giving. Daily, I am seduced by moments of ordinary heart-fluttering beauty that I love to offer forward, just as I would something from my kitchen, passed to you on a simple handmade plate. Be open, my friend. Unquote. SAJ 2016. In 2015, I reluctantly ventured deeper into social media to leverage my newly published book and spent 6 months writing weekly articles as a featured contributor for a couple of online publications, Elephant Journal and The Good Men Project, where I learned that shorter pieces are shared more widely and help build readership. Though I prefer longer style narratives, gradually I trimmed the length of my own posts. For a weekly column, this certainly made life easier, and sure enough, found them flying far and wide. Yet I wrestled with whether I was being true to my vision or somehow selling out. Though certainly I will never be mainstream. The SAJ seldom focused on the material in The Bones and Breath, A Man's Guide to Eros, the Sacred Masculine, and the Wild Soul, partly because my role in the world is larger than transpersonal men's work, valuable as I believe that to be. Truthfully, I wanted to reach a bigger audience, and there are multiple aspects to what I teach and share in life. For more than 2 decades, I have been a body worker, counselor, and healer. I'm also a Paris-trained chef, one who, thanks to a healing crisis, embraces a healthier approach to food and eating than I used to. Thus, I cast the net wide and attracted both women and men as readers while reflecting on what it means to be a soul artist, a theme drawn from what I planned to be my follow-up book. Quote, despite the occasional temptation to settle in comfortably and simply write about being in the kitchen, to exalt the rustic, local, seasonal fare that I love to prepare, I figure that the world doesn't need another food blogger, probably not even a French-trained, barefoot nature boy attuned to the subtle art of nourishing the soul. Unquote. SAJ 2016. Those who read the journal at all regularly discovered that I'm an old-fashioned, mostly quiet fellow who repeatedly encourages others to slow down and unplug from a wired existence, to take a deep breath and dilate their senses. Taste, see, listen, smell, feel. I remind people, myself included, to relish the pleasures of life with a heart steeped in gratitude, urging us all to savor the precious gifts of being fully human, even amid the challenges, especially
Sample complete. Ready to continue?